Help, I'm new to sales, and the company that I work for gives little training or no training. What do? I'm Sylvan Bell. I'm coming to you live from Sacramento, California on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about sales training for you, a new salesperson. And here's the thing. I'm wearing a green shirt for you because you're a green pea or a green whore, whatever word you want to use for. But here's the thing you need to know. When it comes down to it, you got to pay attention to the people that you associate with. And you are probably going to attract some really cool people, and you're going to attract some people you don't want to be around. And here's what happens is I see new salespeople, they're excited about being in sales, they're going to be good at what they do, and then they find the negative person. Then they get attracted to the negative person. Then they go to lunch with the negative person. Then they start hanging out with the negative person on the weekend. And now all the cool things that they've worked for and all the cool things that they've gotten from their coach or their mentor or their training now goes out the window. And now they complain about all the common objections that you get from a buyer. Your price is too much. Your product isn't very good. You guys don't have a good online reputation. Whatever the word is or whatever is going on. And sometimes people say, well, Scott, what does this have to do with sales training? I'm going to say everything. Because if you just negate all the work that you just did, you're going to create a problem for yourself. So you really need to pay attention to who you're hanging around. You really need to pay attention to who you're listening to. You really need to pay attention that every time that you take something and ingest it in your brain, it's going to either help you or hurt you. Now, I got to tell you a story. Here in Sacramento, there was a radio station that I listened to when I was driving into the office, and they professed to hate people. And I went from closing a good amount of deals to all of a sudden my sales dropped off, and I'm like, what the heck just happened? Why all of a sudden what happened to me? When I started going back and looking at stuff, and I started adopting these beliefs, I started adopting these behaviors of I don't like people, I don't want to be around people, I don't want to associate with people. And then as soon as I stopped listening to the radio station, my numbers started climbing up, and I was like, whoa. So the people that you spend time with does influence your ability and your capability to sell. So you've gone through and you've asked a coach or mentor for help. You set aside time in the morning for you to train. You're listening to podcasts, you're reading books, you're taking notes, you're keeping up on everything that you do, only to get knocked down and knocked over by the person who really is not a salesperson. They're a whiner, they're a complainer, and when it comes to sales, there's no participation trophy in sales, and most salespeople are lazy. So the people that you really want to associate with are going to be the people who are doing something. You want to hang out with the closers. You want to get in that clique. You want to get in that club. If you could find a closers club to hang out with, man, they might make you do some wacky stuff, right? You're the rookie. You're the person. They're seeing if they can respect you long enough to stay in the job they're going to give you weird stuff to do. As long as it's not illegal and it's not going to get you in trouble, who cares? If I needed to learn how to sell, and this is what it took in the morning, they're like, Scott, you're going to give me coffee every single day. I'll be like, what do you want? Do you want the big one, the bigger one, the bigger one, the 5-gallon bucket with a straw in it? I will make sure that you have it every morning if that's what it takes for me to learn to get to where you're at in sales, okay? Stay away from negative people. Pay attention to who you hang out with. Pay attention to who you listen to, because you start adopting their beliefs. You start adopting their behaviors. You start adopting everything that's going on. Now, I got to let you know. Let's say that you and I meet some point. That's cool. We're going to meet in public. If you start complaining to me about something that's going on in your life and you complain, I don't got time for that. I don't. I'm going to leave. I'm going to walk away. That's I don't want to input that information in my brain. I'm going to say, hey, it was nice to meet you. Good luck. Hope everything works out for you. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. Peace out. I got to go. Right? Because think about this. If everything and everybody around me is complaining all the time, now all of a sudden I'm going to complain. And when you complain, you don't have the ability to close. Complaining takes away your ability to close. You need to understand this concept. It's super huge. Complaining takes away your ability to close. Now, here's what happens is people will say it's not fair. Now, the thing that you got to understand about the word fair is anytime that you attach the word fair to something, you've given up your ability to control your own destiny, because now you've given it to somebody else. Every time that I hear somebody go, it's not fair, I know where they're at in their life. It's not fair means I've just given up all of my capability to that person, and now they control me. Okay? So, super huge for you to understand. Pay attention to who you hang around, especially if you're paying for your own coaching, especially if you're paying for your own training. Kick negative people out of your life. Now, I don't know what to do for you if you're in a relationship with somebody who's negative. I can give you some advice, but you're probably not going to like it, and I'm not going to do that on the YouTube channel. So here's the thing you need to know. Who you hang around and who you associate with in the world of sales really does matter. If you hang around with scumbags, I'm going to promise you're going to become a scumbag. If you hang around with exceptional people, you will become a closer. Okay? So that's what you need to know. Pay attention to who you hang around. You could become a closer. You could be fantastic at what you do, but it's going to take time, effort, and energy. Just remember, most of your competition are not your competition, and it's you against you in sales. Now, somewhere along the box or the side here, there's a subscribe button. Click on that subscribe button. Every time new content comes out, you will get an update. It'll say, Scott Sylvan Bell sent out a new video. You should check it out, which you should. So click on the box, click it, and you'll get new content when it comes out. I just want to let you know, I appreciate you for dropping by, checking out my videos. We'll see you soon. Aloha.